Cronje was heard to say that he'd spoken to 3 South African cricketers and had a plan for fixing the game. According to the transcript, the bookmaker says everything's according to plan. They have to score at least 250, and if you score 270, it's off. OK, says Cronje. At dawn, Cronje went to see one of the South African bowlers.
He said to me that I must go for more than 50 in my 10 overs. So what he basically said, I must underperform in that game, and we mustn't score more than 270. The team mustn't score more than 270, otherwise the deal is off.
And did he tell you how much money you would get as a result of this?
25,000 euros, that was the amount I can remember.
$25,000?
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I thought, well, it's a lot of money, but I don't think what the consequences may be.
In the event, Cronje wasn't able to rig the game and no money changed hands. When the authorities back home were told that their hero had been overheard trying to fix a match, they refused to believe it.
The allegations are outrageous. Hanse Cronje is a man of unquestionable honesty and integrity.
Cronje himself then protested his innocence.
The Indian government.
And if you check my cash bank accounts, that I think is the only thing that's going to clear me, because as I've said, I have not received any money.
Well, I suppose he thought he was beyond being caught, really. He was captain of the South African team. He wouldn't be caught, It was easy money. Who would know?
Ask the good people here to make the minimum, create the minimum of disturbance.
In South Africa, an inquiry was set up to look at the allegations. The evidence the King Commission found was overwhelming. Cronje was forced to admit that he'd taken up to $15,000 from a bookmaker. He called it money for jam.
Words cannot begin to describe the shame, humiliation and pain which I feel in the knowledge that I have inflicted this on others.
People were absolutely speechless. It was as though the entire country came to a standstill. And of course, most South Africans, given that Hanse had been such a hero, such an icon, such a symbol, didn't want to believe that any of it was true.
I thought to myself that, well, if we're going to struggle to win this test match and this guy is giving out money for jam, then I'm not going to be stupid and not take it. So unfortunately, I took the money, and it is a mistake that I made, and I accept it.
Hanse Cronje could have had the rest of his life as being a demigod in his country, I suspect, similar to the reputation that Sir Donald Bradman has held all his life in Australia, whereas now his life, in my view, and his reputation is completely ruined.
In India, Cronje's partial admission now started to lift the lid on a scandal. It was much bigger and much wider than anyone had so far realized. And it was obviously continuing.
Well, we have not yet concluded our investigations. Investigations are still to be completed in UK as well as South Africa.